Hello and welcome to the Dynamic Harps Hello and welcome to the Dynamic Harps Virtual Ensemble September workshop. In this workshop we are going to look at Different Dreams, the ensemble version of that. I'm going to teach you a little Christmas ditty that we can use with our warm-up bells that will be part of our Christmas collaboration video if you want to take part in that. I'm going to reveal which Christmas song we're going to do, and I'm going to teach you a little improvisation. So you will be working on the three things that I hold dear: the working playing by ear, the working on improvising, and the working from reading music, all with reminders about your technique. However, this happened in this session. So you have a Shelley talking to you not during the Tuesday night session, because during our Tuesday night session we were in fact Zoom bombed. If you haven't heard about it, it's when somebody that shouldn't finds your meeting code for Zoom and they come in and they do silly things. So some silly things happened, and I think we got off extremely lightly, and that's all I'm going to say about it. If you were there, then I'm truly sorry. I truly hope you weren't offended by it, and again, my apologies that happened. And I've put in loads of new safety briefings and safety systems for us moving forward, so it should never happen again. And if it does, at the beginning of each session I'm going to be talking to you from now on, just reminding you where to go if it happens, and the fact that I'll just exit the room immediately. So it's going to be a bit like a fire alarm practice, that we'll all just leave if anybody ever does that ever again. Okay, brilliant. So if you are watching this replay of our session, then welcome, but it is a bit disjointed this time. It won't be like this next time you get a replay, I hope. I'm sure it won't, but you will see me appear a few times in between the videos that happened live on the night. So without further ado, I shall pass you over to the Shelley of the Tuesday night session, and I may well repeat myself for some of the things, but welcome to you. Thank you for watching the replay, and here we go. Hello everyone, and a massive warm welcome to the first of the once a month Dynamic Harps Ensemble sessions, the Dynamic Harps Virtual Ensemble. It's incredible to welcome back those faces that I recognise so much from the lockdown sessions and from the boot camp sessions, and it's lovely to see some new faces too who have joined us, so thank you and a big warm welcome. For those of you who are completely new, my name's Shelley Fairplay, and this ensemble exists in Cardiff as a face-to-face group, but obviously due to what's going on around the world, we are no longer to meet in person, and we made a decision in our final workshop that we would offer it out online to see if anyone else fancied joining our party, and actually quite a lot of people have, so we love now working with you guys all around the world. Tonight, I am going to share with you a ensemble version of Different Dreams, which is this month's September tune that I've released, and I also hope to work with you a little snippet on all of the elements that I feel are important about playing the harp. So that means I will try and give you technique reminders as we go. I'd also like to give you some opportunities to learn a bit by ear, an opportunity to improvise a little bit, and an opportunity to practice reading music. So all of us have superpowers. I bet you all think from those three strands I've just talked about, improvising, reading, and playing by ear, you're all probably thinking, well, I love to do that, but I'm not sure about that, or I've never done that much, and this is fine. You all have a superpower. One of those is your biggest strength, and the other ones need nurturing. But I truly believe once we have all three kind of available to us at lesser degrees, lesser and more degrees, then it just makes us a really rounded musician, and it helps us in all the different ways we can play. So the new setup, I'm going to try and talk as little as possible, but I want to say quite a lot of stuff. So the new setup is that there is free access to this once a month, and then I will leave it up for 24 hours in Facebook Live, so those of you that can't make it or want to watch the replay can for free. There are also ways of, lots of people wanted to pay me for the class, which is brilliant, and thank you, I appreciate that. I lost over 2/3, if not a whole 4/5 of my work at the beginning of March, and working online has become the new norm, and it's incredible, and I'm truly grateful for those of you who can be patrons and things, but also I just want this to be inclusive. We need each other, we need music, we need to share right now, and more than ever. We always do, but more than ever for now. There have been a lot of questions come into my inbox about the courses that I run, and about Patreon, and about this setup, and I don't want to bore you all with it now. So what I'm going to do tonight, and usually at the end of the session I leave it free for you guys to chat. What I'm going to do tonight is I'm going to stay at the end to just talk a little bit about the classes and try and answer the questions that have come in. What you do need to know about me, guys, is that I am very imperfect, okay, in every single way you can imagine. Tech is, I'm pushing the boundaries of tech, I'm pushing my knowledge of tech the whole time to try and make this happen, so things won't be perfect. I also have diagnosed long COVID, not that they're really calling it long COVID, but you know that, so I've been ill since March. I have 2 young children at home. I've got one that's 3 and one's that's just over 1. And I really only work after 8 o'clock in the evening. So if you can't get hold of me always, I do forgive me. I do my very best, and I want to be with you as much as I can. But I do have these other constraints on my life that I'm trying to balance around. It's incredible to be here with you. And so without further ado, let's warm up using the dynamic harp bells. So the dynamic harp bells, for those of you who are new, I will teach you now. For those of you who are, this is old hat to you, there is always a new challenge, isn't there? You can challenge yourself on speed, you can challenge yourself on improvisation, you can challenge yourself on the different shapes, the sixths or the whatever it is. So I will give a basic reminder and a basic lesson for those of you who are new, and for those of you who are coming back, try and challenge yourself, and I will just try and drop in a few extra challenges. Sorry, Facebook Live, you did just go down on the screen. I will try and not let you drop down again. Okay, so here we go. So you need to be in C major for everybody, please. So put your levers in C major, or your pedals in C major. Pedals all in the middle, isn't it? In the center of your harp, in the center notch. For those of you in E flat, you need your E, A, and B levers up. For those of you in A flat, you need your D, E, A, B levers up. If you're in other keys, good luck, but many of you will be in C major, maybe be in C major. So find your C major tuning. Okay, we're going to be playing a scale, but the very first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do an octave. So if you put your right hand on, or your left hand, if you've just done your Power Up Your Left Hand immersion course with me, put your hand on an octave, okay, an octave C. And those of you that have been doing this for ages, just think about your posture, think about your breathing. Are your thumbs up? Are your fingers pointing down? Are you bending from the second joint? Are these bunny ears up? Or are they nice and relaxed into your hand? Just keep your hands nice and relaxed. I'm just going to make sure I'm pinned in case you can't see me. So I'm just going to spotlight and pin so that make sure that you can see me. And do that one more time. Okay, pin. Brilliant. Okay, so we're going to be going low C, high C. So you've got the 4th finger on a C, you've got the thumb on a C. You're going to be going low, high. That's what I want you to do first of all. So I'm going to count you 3 and 4, and we're going to go low, high. Advanced players really think about relaxation. Well, everyone should, but let's all think about our posture and our relaxation. Here we go. 3 and 4 and 1 and. Perfect. Let's do that one more time, because I know I've got some real novices in here tonight. So 3 and 4 and 1 and. Bravo. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to, once we get to the top thumb, put all 4 fingers on and walk yourself down the scale. Those of you who this is really easy for, hands together, but put the left hand on 2 octaves below. So you're using 4 different C's to start with, okay? And you can do this hands together. We'll put all 4 fingers down, and then we'll walk down the harp in a scale. So you do a turn, and then you come down the harp like that, okay? Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be going 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, for those of you who are more advanced, you can do the 6 if you like. It's quite fun. So drop your finger 3 underneath, so you've got the thumb leading on the melody of the scale, and then you put your 3rd finger on the 6th below. So when you start, that's C and E, and then you're going to go 1 E and a 2 E and a, coming down on the 6th pattern. If you're ready to do that already, then please be my guest. Okay, so let's all try this, just getting a steady scale going. First of all, let's try it again. So 3 and, so low C, high C, then the scale. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now repeat. So 1, 2 and 3 E and a 4 E and a, looping round and round. Now you may remember, some of you, that we put chords in the bass. So you can go C in the bass, 2 and then F chord, then G chord and C in the bass, 2 A and E and a F and then to G, then to C. Beginners, don't worry about that. E and 1 E and sorry. Okay, keep going. Now you can start adding in faster scales if you like. So those of you who are more advanced, you can do double time. So you can go. Have a go at the faster one if you're ready to. Bravo. Keep going steady if you need to. And 2 2 and 3 and 4 and then you can, if you want to, go really fast. If you want to, you can go really fast, okay? So I'm going to welcome you all while you're just warming up. So I'm just going to plug in my computer actually. Operator error. Keep going. 3 and 4. Welcome Alison, welcome Anna, welcome Barbara, welcome Betsy, welcome Brenda, welcome Bronwyn, welcome Caroline, welcome Carolyn, welcome Cheryl, welcome Dawn, welcome Debbie, welcome Dillis, welcome Donna, welcome Dominic, Dynamic, welcome Ethna, welcome Ellie, welcome Emily, welcome Emma, welcome Fee, welcome Fiona, welcome Francis, welcome Jill, welcome Gwenda, welcome H, welcome Hazel, welcome Helen, welcome iPad, Beatrice, welcome Iris, welcome Jackie, welcome Jackie, welcome Yana, welcome Jane, welcome Janet, welcome Janine, welcome Jemima, welcome Jessica, welcome Jilly, welcome Yoke, welcome Judy, welcome Kate, welcome Laurie, welcome Linda, welcome Lisa, welcome Lorraine, Marco, Margaret, Mary, Mike, Moira, Nikki, Patricia, Patty, Rebecca, Rosie, Sharon, Susan, Tammy, Victoria and Yvonne. Welcome everybody. It's incredible to have you here. So one last time. And 2 and walking down slowly. C, D, A, G, then F. Sorry, E, D, C. Last time. And 2 and 3. And we'll finish on a chord. And on a C chord. Don't worry if you didn't finish with me, I took you by surprise. For those of you who are completely new, if that was too fast, you can cheat the scale. It's always good to look busy in ensemble, so always try and work both hands because it helps them both improve as well. So if you use the right hand on C, B, A and G, and then the left on F, E, D, C, then you can walk down the harp using both hands, and that's easier. And again, if you want to go really fast and you're not really fast with your turn yet, you can of course use both hands as well. Fantastic. Okay, brilliant. So I've only done a little bit of that. There's a reason for that. Now, I hate to mention, well, I don't know whether I do or not. Do I hate to mention this? No, I don't. I love Christmas, okay? I love Christmas. And Christmas is not yet, I know, but as musicians, we have to start preparing early. I'd probably normally wait till October, but we're only meeting once a month. So what I wanted to just share with you tonight is that I will be offering the opportunity for any of you to come and join a collaboration video again. And we're going to do a Christmas video, and it will be released in December. And somehow I want to make it so you can send it as like greeting cards to your family. I have no idea how we're going to achieve this, but let's work on the tech for that. So what I want to be able to do is to be able to give you the recording, and you can then sandwich it into a video where you're saying hello, you know, welcome, happy Christmas, and then the video you can then send to your friends and family, as well as there being one we can share around online as well, communally. So I'm struggling with my Facebook tech at the moment. Right, so this dynamic harps ditty that we've been doing, the dynamic harps scales that we've been doing, I have put a little tiny ditty to go over the top, which I'd like to teach you now, to make it so that we can use it as our part of our Christmas thing. It'll be the introduction. So over the top of this, we can add the other things. So I'm just going to do a bit faster in a moment. Okay, so I'll just show you what this was going to sound like. Let me just delete that. Let's do that again. So, okay, 3. So the little thing to go to the top sounds like this. And then it goes round and round. So it's just this kind of festive, I hope it sounds festive. Do you think that sounds festive? I think it sounds festive. Yeah, okay, brilliant. So that's going to go at the beginning before, as our introduction before the piece, which I will reveal later on. So this little piece, I'd like to teach you this little, I don't know what to call it yet. I have given it a name. What have I given it? It's up for grabs, this. I just call it Dynamic Christmas. That's a bit feeble. Dynamic Festivities, I don't know. We'll think about it. Anyway, this tune, C major, everyone. Thumbs on Cs, finger 2s on Gs, please. Thumbs on Cs, finger 2s on Gs, okay? This is the interval of a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you're just going to go C, G. That's the first thing you do. C, G, okay? Again, you can do your hands together if you want to. And as advanced players, you know, really think about your posture and you're playing for a minute. You can add in the left hand in a minute and make it harder for yourself. And you can, in fact, make this quite hard. if you add in the scale on the left, which you can see I haven't even tried yet, but I just thought of that. So I will be able to make this hard for you, I'm sure. Okay, so you're going to be going C, G. Now I want you to do A, E. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, C, G, A, E. Okay, so that's the first bit. I'll do that slowly. It's going to go C, G, A, E. And that's the first bit, okay? So I'm just going to say that one last time to make sure everyone's on board. We've got C, thumb on the C, 2 on the G. You're going to do that, and then you're going to walk down to put the thumb on the A, and you're going to go A to E then, thumb on the A and 2 on the E. If you're a really beginner, you could do the 2 of them, and you could swap hands if you wanted to on that. You could do 2 of the intervals of the fourths in both hands. So it just goes da-dee-dum-dum. Now, I invite you to play that 4 times for me, but you're going to, I would like you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, take a bar off, then 1, 2, 3, 4, take a bar off. Okay, is everyone ready? I'm going to check in on you all and just make sure everyone's ready. Okay, they're smiling faces. I always think it's very important to have smiling faces. Oh, Debbie, I just saw love. Oh, lots of lovely smiles. Thank you, everybody. Okay, lights up the room, even though we're not in the same room. Okay, so we're going to be going. So 4 times, please. Do you play that little ditty for me? And I would like you to take a break in between. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. C, G, A, E. Now take a break. And again, C, G, A, E. Now take a break. And C, G, A, E. Take a bar off. Ready? C, G, A, E. Now take a bar off. And then it happens again, okay? Let's do that one last time. Now, if you want to make this harder for yourself straight away, you can put in the same chords we've used for the bells, for those of you that aren't new tonight. C chord, then the F chord, and then G chord and C chord. So again, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, F for 2 beats, G for 2 beats, C for 4 beats, F for 2 beats, G. If you are new tonight, please don't panic about any of this. If you can just do that bit for now, you're doing great, okay? Here we go then. So trying it one more time, just that little simple bit. Taking the beats off in between. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, G, A, E. Take a bar off, then C, G, A, E. Take a bar off, and C, G, A, E. Take a bar off, then again C, G, A, E. Take a bar off, then it repeats. It's going to be a total earworm, I do apologise. Sort of. Okay, now that's the first bit. I'd like to teach you the other half of it. I think I'm looking at the time already, knowing what I want to get through tonight. But let's have a little go. So those of you who are novice harpists, please be gentle on yourself. You can just do that bit tonight. Da-dee-da-da, then take a bar off. But anybody who wants to give it a go, here's what happens. You do that first bit. Then you're going to go F, E, D, G, G. So it's F, E, D, G, G. Coffee, tea, tea, tea on the rhythm. Quaver, quaver, crotchet, 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 or eighth note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note. Okay, so let's try that. We're going to go F, E, D, G, G. Okay, let's try it a bit slower. Just that bar. Da, da, dum, dum, dum. 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and let's do that again. 3, so on the F, E, D, 3 and 4 and F, E, D, then G, G. Bravo. Okay, let's put those two together. This bit. I think it sounds Christmassy, don't you? Okay, let's do this nice and steady. 3 and 4 and C, G, A, E, F, E, D, then G, G. And remember, if you're a beginner, just do the first bits each time to keep your life easy for yourself. Next bit. Da-dee-dum-dum. Done it before. Next bit's even easier, really. It's the same thing again. You're going to go. The only difference is instead of going up to G this time, you're going to go A, G, ya-da-dum-dee-dum, F, E, D, A, G. Quavers all the way, 8th notes, and then a minim, or so it's the 8th notes and then the quarter note. Da-dee-dum-ba-dum, F, E, D, A, G, and I'm using the fingering 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I didn't see why not. Okay, so we're going to now try going. Okay, which is bar 4 of the piece. So beginners, remember, just do that first bit. Advanced players, you can add in C, F, G chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, G, A, E, F, E, D, A, G. 4. C. Oh, I got the wrong note. There we are. I told you I am endlessly imperfect. That is just the way it is. Here we go. 3 and 4 and C, G, A, E, F, E, D, A, G. Bravo. Okay. So let's put the first bit together then. So that was this bit. Then F, E, D, G, G, C, G, A, E, F, E, D, A, G. Okay, so let's just try that slower than that. Oh, okay, here we go then. 3 and 4 and C, G, A, E, prepare on the F, F, E, D, then G, G, G. Now back to the C, G. C, G, A, E, back to the F, scale thing, then A, G. Bravo. Now the next bit goes like this. You know that bit already? And you know this bit. You know all that already, but it just changes. It has a little leading bit at the end. So you're going to go F, E, D, G, A, B, C. I'm hopping and doing 3, 2, 1 because it kind of leads me into that. So I'm actually going 1, 2, 3 on the F, E, D again. F, E, D, thumb on the G, and then I'm hopping. You could turn, or there are many other ways you could think of that. Think of the flourishing harpist as you've done it. Ask 9 harpists, or ask 10 harpists, you'll get 9 different responses. So F, E, D, G, then hop, A, B, C. Okay, so let's just try that little bit. So we're going to go da dee dum dee da da dum dum dee da da. Okay, we'll do it slower than that, obviously. So getting that first bit ready, those of you who are novices, advanced players, adding in the chords. 3 and 4 and C, G, A, E. Now it's the F scale. F, E, D, G. Then hop up to the A, B. Final bit. C, G, A, E. Now put 4 fingers on G, A, B, C. Okay, G, A, B, C. And you're going to go G, A, B, C. So you're going up the hill, and you just, to make it a complete earworm that you can't escape from, we go back to the B, which leads us back into the beginning of it. Okay, so you go ya da da dee da. Then we can't escape, you see. Okay, so that last bar is just going to go G, A, B, C, B. Can we just try that together? We'll go 3 at 1 and 2 and that speed. Put coffee, coffee. It's coffee, tea, tea, tea. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Sorry if I did that slower. Okay, let's now try. So we're going to go from the second half of this tune. It goes like this. G, then that A bit. A, B, C, G, A, E. 4 fingers, G, scale to the C, and then back to the B. Let's do that much slower, and let's try it again. You can make it more advanced or simpler as you need to. Be gentle on yourselves. Everybody who's more advanced has been a beginner once. Everyone who's a beginner needs to remember how they would be teaching a child, and be as kind to yourselves as you would be teaching a child. Here we go. 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the F scale. F, E, D, G, hop. 3, 2, 1, 2 and 3 and 4. The scale from the G going up, go up, and then come back down to the B at the top. Bravo, fantastic. Okay, let's try one run of this. To get the scales behind it, I'm going to need to put them through the looper really steady for now. So let's just put them in the looper slowly. Okay, so let's try this. I'm sure that time is going to be a bit squiffy, but let's try it. We can do dum dee tum at that speed. Okay, let me just check the tempo. 2 and 3 and so dum 3. Are you ready, everyone? CG. 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and C, F, F, E, D, then G, G. Now CG. C, G, A, E, scale of F, F, E, up to the A, G. Now back to the CG. C, G, A, E, F, E, D, G, then to the A, B, C, G, whoops, A, E, on the G scale, going up, bravo, okay, fantastic. That just gives you a little insight into the beginning of this tune. Somebody's immediately asked me, is this going to be on paper? Now, Debbie, yes, just remember that we're embracing these 3 strands of learning by ear, improvising, and playing from the sheet music. And it's just something that it will strengthen us all round. So you have to go through the pain barrier. Some people hate it when I give printed music. Some people hate it when I give things by ear. It's just the way the world is, okay? But just think of the all-round approach that we have to think of with our learning. So yes, it will exist on paper. I'm slightly torn. I may turn this into a full piece of Christmas tune. I may turn it into a full Christmas tune, or it may always just exist as to go along with our little bells that we can record as part of our tune for Christmas. So our alternative is just something fun. Now, if you want to, if you want to make it hard for yourself, advanced players, you could do the scale and then you could put it underneath. So you could do it like that, or you could have the right hand going. I'm going to try something, I can't do that. So you could do it as well with the right hand doing the tune, the left doing the melody as well. So there are loads and loads of ways you can make this advanced, okay? Those are the options to you. So that was the first thing I wanted to share with you tonight. So I hope people who have enjoyed some of these things have enjoyed this so far, so that's good. And that will form part of our video. Yeah, okay, brilliant. Now, different dreams. I should have asked at the beginning, had everybody found the sheet music? I explained at the beginning that, you know, I am far from perfect. I have tech challenges, all these things, and you got the music last night, or some of you will have picked it up today. You got the links last night. I will try and send it out 2 days before the sessions, but I'd just like to impress on everyone that the point of these sessions is that we go through them and we work on them together, and I teach them to you. So it's not a case of have the music, prepare it, come and perform the piece. The idea is I'm demystifying it for you, and I'm giving you full permission to take these ensemble pieces away and play them with your friends. I just think it's amazing. You can learn together now while we can't all be together, and then when we can be together, maybe we can all be together one day at a great big harp festival, who knows? But you know, one day these tunes you can jigsaw them back together with your friends. So that is why but it will never come out really in advance of the sessions. The idea is that you get them so that you can download them and then we can work them together. So let's go to different dreams. There are 4 different levels in different dreams. If you haven't found the link, perhaps somebody might, one of the helpers, people who've been helping, I know I haven't actually asked you if you can carry on helping, but perhaps someone might like to share the link for anyone who hasn't. But don't worry, I'm going to teach it now as well, by ear as well, for those of you who don't read music. So we're going to start actually from where the melody comes in. So the melody actually comes in on this piece at section A. So if you'd all like to take a look at your music at section A. Now the harp 1 and 2 are kind of equal. I think maybe one of them is slightly easier than the other. Harp 3 is the simplest part, and harp 4 is the most advanced part. But if you are an advanced player, we can add to it. If you are a new player or you don't read at all, then we can do something with that too. There's always ways, okay? Where there's a will, there's a way. So excuse me stalling slightly, I'm just making sure I've got the parts in front of me. Okay, brilliant. And people keep coming in, which is amazing, but it just means I keep having to let people in as well. Okay, so letter A. So here we have the tune. I should just play you a tiny snippet of this tune as well so that you can hear it. So it begins, let me play you a little bit of this. It exists as a solo as well, and it sounds like this. It has an introduction. It kind of fluctuates between the minor and the major with a 4/3 suspension or whatever it's called. Okay, I can't talk and play. And then you have the tune here. And then it kind of goes into a dream pattern is the idea. So here. Then there's a bit that's slightly weird, you get a bar off there, Okay, so in a room with an ensemble, that would be challenging. Then it goes back, and some of you can put the tune an octave higher if your harps will let you, and then it finishes off, you jump and you go to the ending, which is like the beginning. So that kind of gives you an idea for the piece. And now those of you who are on the simplified line, I've taken out the grace notes, so you just be going, instead of going da da dum da 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 dee dum da da dum, you're going to be going da da dum da dee da dum dee da dum, which still sounds sweet, you know, even with the single notes. Okay, so have faith that that's going to work. And those of you who are advanced, there's extra fancy pants things to put in. So I would like to just everybody to be looking at A, and everyone to find their left hand, please. Everyone has something to do with an A chord. So the harp ones, A octave. Harp twos, you've got a 1, 5, 8. You've got A, E, A. Harp threes, you've got a single A just below middle C, and then harp fours, you've got the 1, 5, 8 chord again. So let's just all try that after 4. So 1 and after 3 even, it's in 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and chord. Brilliant, or broken chord, or 1 and. Here we go, one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Brilliant. What then happens is it moves, it's just a little chord pattern. Everybody has the same, the bass notes, or the chord structure, I should say, stays the same. For harp 2, you've got slightly more advanced things going on. You've got some inversion shapes to think about. But you're going to go, basically everyone's doing something with an A chord, something with an F chord, something with a C chord, something with a G chord. Okay, and so for those of you on 3, that's actually what you do. You go A, F, C, G. So let's just have a go. Let's put everyone straight together. I think probably most people will manage that straight away. If you can't, I will help you. But let's do. I'm going to play one part at a time as a loop, and then I will put in. So I'm going to play harp 1's part into the looper, then harp 2's, then harp 3's, then harp 4's for those 4 bars. We're doing letter A, which is bar 7, 8, 9, 10. Bar 10. You're going to do 10, 11, 12, 13. Back to A. 10, 11, 12, 13. Back to A. So you get to practice it 4 times, okay? But if you are finding it easy, put in your other hand. Simple as that, okay? So here we go. So we're going to think. I think I have to. Yeah, I try it. It's going to go. It'll go squiffy on the timing because of the way it is. But let's have a go. So I'm going to put in harp 1 first, but everyone can play at the same time, or you can wait for me to do your part. 1 and 2 and 3 and A and 2 and 3, then F. 2 and 3, then C. 2 and 3, then G. 2 and 3, back to A. 1 and 2 and 3 and F chord. And 2 and 3 and C first inversion. 2 and 3 second inversion. G. Okay, harp 3s are on your part now. So single A. A. 2 and 3, then F. 2 and 3, then C, and 2 and 3 and G, and harp 4's part, back to A, and 2 and 3, back to F2 and 3, now C, and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and brilliant. So that's the bass line at A, okay? So harp 1's your part, then you're going to be going A, E, wait, wait, wait. So what you're in effect doing is putting the 5th on top each time. So the right hand's coming after the left, you're going to be going left, left, right, and wait, and left, left, right, and wait, and left, left, right, and wait, and left, left, right. And then you come in with your bit of the tune, okay? Harp 2's and harp 3's, you have the tune at letter A. And here's what's going to happen. You harp 3's, remember you've got a simplified part. So you both come in on the and 3 and into A. You go 3 and 1, C, D, E. Okay, so C, D, E. And then you're going to be going G, A for both of you. For both 2 and 3, that's the same. C, D, E, G, A. Harp 2's, you've got to do a T-dum. You got a Scotch snap there. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3. So you got to, when you get to that A, da-da, and then you both go A, G. And then the main part of the melody goes F, E, D. But for those of you who want to, you can go da-lum, dee, tum. Think tickle tum or pop-a-dom for that. Okay, so that's the grey stave. Da-da-dum, dee, tum. And then I will can do a bit more on that if I need to. I keep needing to let people in, so sorry if I keep being distracted. I wonder if I can actually pass over being the person in charge and have someone else do that moving forward. But let's see. Anyway, letter A, harp 4s. Descending A minor chord. Keep the thumb then on the A and you're moving to an F and you're doing it in a first inversion shape. So you've got that wide gap, haven't you, between 2 and 3. Then you move to the G and you're going to thumb down to the G and then you're going to do a second inversion G chord. And then you're going to keep the thumb on G that time and you're going to do sorry, I said that wrong. A second inversion C chord. And then you're going to do a root position G chord. So I just play that for you again, harp 3. And if you were in the room with this, I'd be asking you to keep that very soft. So you're just colouring in behind the scenes, okay? So beautifully, obviously. Okay, so let's try all of this together. Let's just try that with, I'm just wondering how best to do this now. My loops are terribly out, but I think, yeah, I think I'll do this from scratch again. So I tell you what, I'm going to go in reverse order this time. I'm going to start with harp 4's part, and then I go harp 3, harp 2, harp 1. You get to do the same thing 4 times. Letter A, 4 bars, and loop. If you don't normally loop practice, I promise you this is one of the most breakthrough ways of practicing for people. Choose something, work on it in a loop, and then move on, rather than just trying to play a whole piece. It really, really works. Okay, here we go, letter A. So if I'm frustrating you, apologies, but know that this is a really useful practice tool, please. Okay, here we go then. So letter A, first of all, I'm doing harp 4's part, but everyone can play their part at the same time. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1. I'm going to go back now and we're going to do and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. This is harp 3's part. Da-dee-dum, and now harp 2's. Da-da-dum, and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1. Here comes the pop-a-dom, pop-a-dom and cream. And now harp 1's, I'm going to do your part. 3, back to A, E, then F, F, C, then C, C, G, and now G, D. G, D, C, D. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. That gives you the first loop. Hi, so the next bit of the video is where we did get Zoom bombed, so I've deleted that segment and you are now going to get taken over to the video that was recorded via the Facebook page. So on the rest of the play along you will only see myself. So you'll miss the lovely faces of your fellow course mates, I know, and I will appear again, I think, one more time during this video. So here I go, here you go, over to the Shelley that went onto Facebook. Can you hear me? I've got 8 people watching. This means you might be able to hear me. Can you write something in the comment box? I think I'll be able to see in the comment box. Welcome, welcome everyone, 14. I'm going to assume now that you can see me. So welcome to the Facebook version of the Dynamic Harps Virtual Ensemble. I am pretty sure I've just lost all new members for good after that experience. So new members, if you are still with me, please know that has never happened before. I don't really know what to say except for to grovel with apologies. I should have made my security better, and I have heard of such things happening. We've been very lucky all the way along. So welcome now. So we're in the middle. Goodness knows how I'm going to put this video together, but I guess I will, or I'll have to re-record it. We were in Different Dreams. So for those of you who are early beginners, or you are not people who read or anything like that, let me just remind you to keep things simple. So tonight is about me giving you an overview of this piece of Different Dreams, and really of just trying to make it so that you can then you have this piece as something you can play, but we will then do some more collaboration things, although we've lost a lot of time tonight, so we may not be able to do so much tonight on that side of things. But the idea is that each month I'd like to gift you, if you like, an ensemble piece that you can play with friends, that you can just explore with me now, and then move on. Now, I can't see comments, so the only thing I think I can do is I'm just going to see if I can open them up on my mobile phone so that I can see comments and questions coming in that way. So let's just see if that's going to work. And I'm really excited about this piece because it's multi-level while I'm just making this work, hopefully. What I'd love to say to you is that, yeah, it's very much multi-leveled, this piece, because if you know the, sorry, I'm seeing so many questions come in. Tonight's going to be like one of those nights, isn't it? There you are. It's all one for the developmental skills in life. No, I can't. Yes, I can see the live. Okay, brilliant. I believe this must be my live one. Let me just type in the stream. I can see loads of comments in now. So it's not your fault. Try and click on the picture. Yeah. Okay, brilliant. Okay. Okay, so I can see them. Let's see if I can just mute that. Yes, I can. Brilliant. Okay, you can see and hear me. Brilliant. Hello, right. Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to have to give a really quick overview of this piece tonight because there are other things and we had unmuted things to do. So I will tell you briefly about that in a minute. But yeah, as I say, I want to give you an overview of these pieces. So you have just watched the first bit where we did section A. I'm sure I confused some of you by looping A. It's just a practice method that does work. So over time, you'll get used to me if you've not done that before. And okay, Emily's going. Bye-bye, Emily. So yeah, the next, we've just done the first bit of the tune. So we've just gone da-dee-dum, dee-dum, which was letter A, okay, and that's the melody line, harp 2. What happens then is harp 1s take over the melody line, and you go C, D, E, G, A, C, okay, and then you go right up to top E, and they do tickle tum and cream. I'm going to have to go really fast now to get through this tonight. Sorry, folks. So, but there's something much easier we're going to do, which I think you're going to really enjoy after this. So just I would like everyone to really know it is meant to be the D minor chord at letter B above 16, okay? So that chord is meant to be there. It does jar a little, but it just makes it slightly less obvious. So that is meant to be there. So try not to cringe when that happens. So let me just see if we can put those parts through. So everyone on their left hands just for a moment. Section B, we've got the A minor chord, and then we've got everyone's got something to do with an A chord, then everyone's got something to do with an F chord, then everyone's got something to do with a D minor chord, and then everyone's got something to do with a G. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. So harp 2s, you've got 1-5-8, you've got root position F triad, you've got first inversion D minor, and then you've got second inversion on the G. Okay, harp 2s, you've got A A, and then harp F F D D, and then G G. And harp 3s, you've got single notes A, then F, then D, and then G. And harp 4s, you've done it before, it's just the 1-5-8 chords. I'm just checking that everyone is doing all right. I'm happy that we're back together. Jana says, yes, me too. It's lovely. Thank you very much, everyone who's come. You've managed to, I think 40 of you have managed to come over. It's not like the 70 we had though, is it? I'm so sorry to the other 30 people. I really am. I expect it's newbies that have disappeared now forever. Never mind. Okay, so what we're going to do now is just try those bass lines. So let's see if we can put them all together. Just those 4 bars. I will try and play everybody's part. That's always fun for me. So here we go. Letter B, just 4 bars. So A chords first. 1 and 2 and 3 and A chords. 2. Now the F chords and F chords, and then D minor's next. D minor chords, 2 and 3, then G major chords. Okay, let's try that one more time a little bit slower, so it doesn't matter which part you're on. I'm kind of doing all your parts now. So 1 and 2 and 3 and A chords, 2 and 3 to the F chord, D minor next, and 1 and 2, then to the G major. G major. Bravo. Okay, so I can't get any feedback or check you're smiling, but are you all okay? I hope you're all okay. So that's the first bit there, B. Now what we're going to do is put the right in. So I've just already mentioned what harp 1s have to do. So you got this da-dum, E, E, then tickle tum on a scale coming down. This is going to be going too fast for those of you by ear, but I'm going to have to rush this now because of the time lost. So we're going to go from letter B. Those of you on harp 3s, you just do the skeleton of that. You're going to go E to G, A, up to an E, E, then D, C, D. Okay, so that's your line there. Harp 4s, it's very similar what you've been doing before. It's just you get that very strange D minor chord. It sounds a bit jarring, but it works in the mix, promise. Okay, so you've done that before. So let's see if we can do B on a loop now, okay? So section B on the loop. For those of you who are on Facebook, I'd be very grateful if you happen to notice anyone else is struggling to get in, or they're chatting on the page, or if any rude comments come in or anything like that. Apologies for any rude comments, if there's anybody who's still bombing this. And yeah. Okay, so letter B. Here we go. So let's just try everything in together from letter B. So letter B, I'll give the upbeat in. We're going to go 3 and 1 for harp, 1s and 2s, or no, 1s and 3s. In fact, 1s and 3s, you have the upbeat. Apologies if I make even more mistakes, like slightly shaken up. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 to the F chord, 1 E and 2 and 3. Now the D minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and G major, 2 and 3 and... Okay, let's do that one more time. So I've just recorded it, letter B. Normally I'd now look and see how everyone's getting on, but let's have a go. So I'm going to press play so you can have another go along. 1, I'll put in harp 4's part, 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... Brilliant, let's do that one last time. So try one more time on B. If it's too hard for you, strip it back just to the chords. I'll give the chords this time. It's going to be A minor, then it's going to be F, then it's going to be D minor, and then it's going to be G. 1, oh, let me just check tempo because I got it wrong last time. 2 and 3 and 3 and slight slow and 2. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and... Brilliant, fantastic. Okay, so that's that bit. The next bit's keeping very much the same sort of thing. Sorry, that's my stool squeaking. You now let us see how this... It's a scale, okay? So those of you who are on harp 1s, you're going to be going 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1 on the fingering. So you start on the A's, it's harp 1s, and you have this little micro scale coming down, okay, like that. And then if you are on harp 3's part, you skeleton, you're doing the skeleton that, so you just play the top note. You go A, 2, 3, G, 2, 3, F, 2, 3, E, 2, 3. Brilliant. Okay, so that's the sort of the outside of this. There's then the chords that go underneath. So again, these are quite straightforward. So hopefully they're 1/5/8 for harp 1, mostly. And then harp 2, you're mostly playing triad chords. You're doing the F chord, C chord, G chord, and then you're going to do 1/5/8 on C. Okay. Harp 3s, you do open fifths. F, C, C, G, G, D. So you're doing, if that's too much, if you are a really novice, keep it to the bass note. Just go single bass notes. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Or double one hand, okay? Just always keep it simple. I've still only got 46 of you live and there was 70 of you in Zoom. I do feel sad for you, for those who've lost us. Okay, so then let us see for harp 4s. You've got slightly more going on. This is kind of a trickier part in a way, but it's my favourite go-to chord of the moment, okay? So you are going to be using our harp 4s at letter C. Basically, it's like playing a first inversion chord with 3, 2, 1. So if you put your finger for the first chord on letter C, this is harp 4s on A, C and F. Okay, then get the waggling 4th finger so it doesn't get out, doesn't get to have to miss out. Put it on the G, okay, and then you've got the G there. Okay, so it's just then every time you put on your chord, you'll find it's the same shape. You've got 4 and 3 neighbouring strings. My music's very small here, and then it does change for the next bit where you've got C, D, G. And then you've got a first inversion G, and then you're going back to the same shape. 2 neighbouring strings, C, you've got D and E, and then you've got G and C. Okay, so it's the same shape. So I hope if you pick that part, the harp 4s, that you kind of find that easy because it's a more advanced one anyway. Okay, now finally, harp 2s. You shadow what harp 1s are doing. Whoops. So you've got this bit underneath. I've just slightly played that wrong. I'll play your part on your own now and get it right. But it's almost the same. Okay, so you're going to be going C, C. Sorry, you're going to go C, C, B, A, C, C, A, G, B, B, G, F, G. Okay, so it's kind of a counter melody. Well, it's not a counter melody, it's a harmony line to the melody that one has. So I'll just say that again for harp 2s. C, C, B, A, C again, and C again. C, A, G, B, and then B, G, F, B, G, F, G. Okay, brilliant. I definitely feel this is very different teaching this through Facebook because I can't check in on people. Okay, so we're going to just try that because I'm having to push on, and I appreciate I haven't given you a break or anything tonight, and we can't socialise, blah de blah de blah, but we are powering on. So let's have a go then. And I may have to do an extra recording of this session, I realise, but we'll see what happens. Okay, so let us see. Let's try putting the parts together. So I'm going to put in, we can do 4-bar loop of C. And I'm going to put in, first of all, harp 1, then harp 2, then harp 3, then harp 4. You can all play your part 4 times. It's bar letter C. You're going to be going 18, 19, 20, 21, back to C, 18, 19, 20, 21, back again, okay? But you might, to start with, you'll be playing your part against something different, possibly. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the parts, and I will try and name the bass chords for you so that everybody, if you're lost, if you're a fledgling harpist, you can play an F chord, then a C chord, then a G chord, then a C chord. Okay, so here we go. You ready? You're all smiling at home. I hope you are. And if you're feeling glum and sad, then never mind. Let's just shake that off and just look for the bass note and just be part. I'm going to make the full ensemble sound here now for you. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3. Repeating back. And 2. I'm on harp 2's part. C chords. G chords next. C chords next. I'm on harp 3's part, back to C, everyone. So, C to, down to a C chord, sorry. Down to G chord. Down to an E chord. Sorry, C chord, beg on, got down to C chord. And repeat now, harp 4s. And 2, and 3, and 2, and 3, and 2 and 3 and one more time, everyone. 2 and let us see. Play your part. Brilliant, fantastic. Okay, lovely. So that's the section, the C bit. I will just teach you the next 4 bars, and then I will explain what happens in the dream section, and then we'll do something easier to the end because I can't really get feedback on how everyone is. So perhaps you might just like to let me know if you want to text in. I can keep a slight eye on the text and just let me know how that's going, or if there's something that I've completely missed or something you'd like me to tell you. Okay, so this is now bar 22. For some reason I didn't give this a letter name, so there we are. It hasn't got one. That's just the way it is. So bar 22. Harp 1s, you carry on with the tune. You started by going A, G, F, didn't you, last time at C, but you drop down and you go A, G, F, so you drop down the octave. Dum, dee, da, dum. Okay, and then you do a T dum, dum, dee, da, dee, T dum. So it's A, G, F, T dum. Okay, so that's the melody there. It goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 E and 2 and 3, and then you go E, F, and then you just got the scale G, A. So you finish off your little bit at 22. You got that melody, and then you kind of just do a scale on the E, F, G, A to finish, and that's accompanying the melody that now harp 2s take. So harp 2 at bar 22, you're going to go F, F, E, D, E. and then you go C, B, C. Poppadoms now, scale. This is the poppadom. You're going to put thumb on the D, 2 on the C, 3 on the B, and 4 on the G. And you're going to go poppadom, poppadom, and cream. Da-da-dum, ta-dum. Okay. That's what's going to happen there. Okay, so that's your part. Now harp 3s, you are doing just the outline of the melody. So harp 3s at bar 22, you go A and 2 and 3 and G, and then you go to the C, and you're going to rock between C and B. You're going to go C, B, C. That was coffee, cream, and then you're going to go coffee, cream on B, G, A. So rhythmically, 1 and 2 and 3, then the G, then to C and B, C, B, C, and then B, G, A. Brilliant. Okay then, that's your part. Now harp 4s at 22, if I could see this music, you go 1 and 2 and 3. So I'm hoping harp 4s, you're on this part because you're good at reading. So you have these 9th chords that I showed you a minute ago, which are like a first inversion with the 4th just put on the string below. So you're left on the 1, 5, 8, and then you're playing G, A, C, F. Then you do the same shape on the C. Then you've got a root, a 1, 5, 8, F with C, F, A. And then you move just to a G root position between the hands, and then you move into the 9th shape again. So let's put all that together. I've got 54 of you. That means I've only lost 15 people now. Okay, and some of them would have been the naughty people as well. Not the naughty people, the very unhappy people that are having to do that to find life in their life. So I actually feel really sad about it. Bar 22. Okay, so let's go from bar 22. So here we go, bar 22. Again, I shall go through 1, 2, 3, 4 in the parts. You will hear it 5 times because the last time I will just count and just talk, count to the counting. I will try and give the chords, novice players or anybody who's finding this overwhelming, chill out, be gentle with yourselves. You can just breathe while you're listening. You can just watch what's going on. You can just play the bass notes. I will try and name the bass notes for you. So we're going to be getting F, C, F, G, A. So let's see if I can name the bass notes as we go. So here we go. 1, so we're doing a loop, bar 22, 4 bars, back to bar 22, 4 bars, back to bar 22. 1 and 2 and 3 and 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 1 and 2 and harp 2s. Now I'm going to do your part. And 2, 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. Poppadom and cream. Harp 3 is your part now. F in the bass, everyone. F in the bass. 2 and 3. C in the bass. And 2 and 3. F in the bass. 1 and 2 and 3 and A in the bass. Harp 4's part, and do your part now. So back to F chords, everyone. 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and 3. Last time. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and bravo. Okay, so that gives you the underlying, the main body of this piece. Okay, so I know I'm not going to be able to teach it all to you tonight because we got slightly sabotaged this evening. But we are going to know enough of it. So, and I'm not going to do a break. I'm really sorry. So if you need to take a break, just leave this running and go and grab a cup of tea. Okay, so you've learned now that you've learned this letter A. We've got A through to letter D. Now at D, here's what happens. There's a dream section. And harp 4s, you have this really fancy bit. You have a very fancy floaty bit. Harp 1s kind of take the melody of the dream section. Harp 2s, you take the accompaniment and you move down each time. And then harp 3s, I've kind of just given you a simplified melody. here's the thing, guys, you can make up your own dream section. So in Zoom we were going to, and next time we will be able to do something like this. So it's fine because I will work out. I love that I said I was going to have tech challenges tonight and I had the most epic one. So what we're going to be doing, what I was going to get you to do was this. Rather than doing learning the whole of D, we were going to D through to F, in fact, or D through to the end, in fact, really. I was going to show you this. The fact that if you take an A chord, now, for those of you who are novices, an A chord, you can just use a single A note, right? A chord, that can be your A chord. It's not a chord, I know, but it's giving the underlying harmony. If you are more advanced, you can do maybe a 1-5-8 or an octave, okay? If you are feeling super advanced, you can do the shape I've talked about tonight, this 1-5-8, and then you can do the 9. I don't know how to talk about this best. The 9th, and then, so if I was doing an A chord, you would get a root 1-5-8 on A minor, then the 4th finger ends up on the 9th, which is the B, and then you end up with C, E, A. And that gives you the ability to do something like that. You can just play around with it. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 bars to do your A chords. You can keep them as simple or as fancy as you like. And there's also, of course, the go to play one, miss one, play one, miss one, play one chord. The A, not the B, then the C, not the D, then the E. So you can do that chord. And then I want you to move it to the G, guys. So I want you to move between the A minor, and then you'll be doing the G major. And then I want you to come back to the A minor, down to the G major. A minor, G major, each for 2 bars. So you'll be doing something like this. A minor. And so you're going 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3, then G and 2 and 3 and G, 2, 3, back to A, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, G. Okay, so if you're doing it simply, I'll just put that more complicated one in first of all. So this is the A chord, 1 bar, 2 bars, G minor major chord, 1 bar, 2 bars, that was A. Now if I want to make it simpler, you might just go G, G. So with me, A, G, G. Just go with me, even if you don't know what I'm talking about. A of chord of some sort, then to the G, and back to A. Now what you can do over the top of that is you can do a little improvisation, your own dream sequence. There's an ensemble if you're doing the ensemble, or on your own you can do something. So you could just do, for instance, sorry, I've just stopped that. Do counting again. 1 and 2 and 3 and A minor. You could use all the white strings like we've done before. Have a go. So if you stop playing the chords now, so I will explain to you the final link to all this in a minute so you understand what I'm talking about. But we're using the A minor and the G minor, which are the first 2 chords of D for dream, the dream sequence. Instead of doing what's written, I'm showing you an improvisation you can do with an ensemble or for yourself, whatever. And we're using just the white strings on our harp, and you can just play then anything you like over the top. You know, you might just go G, A, G, A, G, A, G. That would sound sweet. So you can do anything, or you can just fly around your harp doing lots, okay? So I'm just going to stop talking. I'm going to play the chords for you. You don't need to play it in your left. If you're not an advanced player, just try playing around on the white strings, enjoying playing with the harmony. Are you ready, guys? 1 and 2 and 3 and... Put in your right hand in the melody. You can't go wrong. Promise you, nothing's going to sound bad. Go for it. Get lost in the dream. I'm going to stop talking. Dream away. All the white strings. I'm going to start playing with you now. hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was just a moment of calm for you, okay? So the reason I wanted to share that with you, what we were going to do was go into breakout rooms, and I was going to get you, this is another way you can do this, and this can be total aside, a total separate thing you can do. You can do a chord, you can do your A minor chord, and whatever your level, you can do just an A, you can do an A158, you can do a big flouncy thing if you want to, you can fly all over your harp if you're so inclined, you know, you can do whatever you like, I don't mind, okay, you can be as fancy or as simple as you like, but here's what you can do something on an A, play some white notes, something on a G, play some more white strings, something on the A, play some more white strings, something on the G. You can do it completely out of time. You can go A, so I just wanted to really share that with you, so that's a way that you can improvise if you're using this piece. Now, of course, you can learn the ensemble piece, which I haven't managed to teach you the whole thing off tonight. But there is one thing that I would like to do if it's going to work. But again, now I've not set my computer up to do this in a way that you're going to hear it well through Facebook, I think. Let's just see if this works. So what I wanted to give you was this play along. Right, okay, so you're not going to be able to see the video, and I'm going to have to get a cable. So just bear with me, folks. I'm sorry for tonight's disjointedness, but it's lovely to be with you all, and I'm loving sharing some time with you. Even though I can't see you, I know you are there in spirit. Okay, let me just see if I can take off that. It's going to sound horrible for a second. Let me just plug this in, and then you should be able to hear this better. Thank you for bearing with me. Right, woo! Is this going to stretch tonight? I just didn't set up for this particular setup tonight because I wasn't going to need it, but that's fine. That is fine. Now I have to duck dive under this cable. Try not to trip on anything. Hope you're still there when I get back, and hope the tech's going to work. Let's see. Right, my harp's still working, so that's a good sign, right? And it's a good thing I didn't put pajama bottoms on tonight, isn't it? Because you just seen my trousers. I'm only joking. Right, okay. So hopefully you're going to hear this now. This is a playthrough. Very steady of different dreams. Now you can try your part to it, okay? I will play some of the other parts because this is a solo version. I will play some of the other parts in and try and give you the letter names, and I will try and give you the chords so that you can play, you can join with me. So this is going to be the whole of different dreams. And what I would just like to say is that if you are a beginner, just I'm sorry I haven't managed to teach it to you slowly tonight, but please enjoy just watching the score and counting with it even, okay? So what I'm going to do now is I really hope you're going to be able to hear this. I'm going to make sure the volume's up and hope this is going to work. So here it is. It's too quiet. Okay, it's fine. Turn that up. 1, 2, 3. It's too quiet still, isn't it? 3. Okay, let's just see if I can. As I say, I wasn't expecting to do this tonight. So, 3. I don't think that's going to be loud enough. I'm going to have to turn this right up. Lead sheet, you will hear me doing an introduction beforehand, okay? So I'm going to keep it really steady, but remember, able to hear now? On this video, you can speed me up. So, going from the beginning of different dreams. Make this at the tempo right for you. But I'm going to do it very steady so that it's all there. I'm going to play the harp 4 part over the top. Here we go. Enjoy. And I will give the low bass notes if I can. 1. A in the bass first of all, everyone. A in the bass. 3. 1, 2, 3. G. 1, 2, 3. A in the bass. 2, 3. G in the bass. 2, 3. A in the bass. 1, 2, 3. And G in the bass. 1, 2, 3. Now A in the bass. 1, 2, 3. A in the bass. 2 and 3 and here comes the melody. Here comes A. Here goes. Letter A and 2 and 3 and 1, 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 2 and A in the bass and A 2 and then F in the bass and 2 D in the bass and 2 and then G, and 2 and 3. Letter C, and 2, C in the bass, 3 and 2 and 3, and G in the bass, and 2 and 3 and C in the bass. 2, bar 22 now, bar 22. F in the bass, and 2 and 3 and C in the bass. 2 and 3 and 1 and 2. G in the bass, pop a dom and A. And then it repeats back to letter A. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1. Okay, brilliant. I'm going to pause there. Okay, I'm actually going to pause there. Okay, wonderful. It doesn't repeat back there. I really have to say I have been a bit thrown by tonight. So there we are. Okay, so that took you up to the dream sequence that we didn't practice. It's just given you one little go at that. I'm just going to turn my harp down because it's hissing so badly I can barely hear. And now what I'm going to do is just do that one last time. I'll just do that first bit with you that we all practiced. And I've just played the tune. So if we go from letter A one more time, folks, and I'm just going to play it to you because I'm not sure that that came across well enough for you to practice with. So from letter A, I will play the introduction for you just so you can hear it, and then I'll tell you when to come in. So here's the introduction. Okay, now this is the melody. Letter A, ready? 3 and letter A in the bass, F in the bass, C in the bass, G in the bass, A in the bass, F in the bass, D in the bass, G in the bass, F in the bass, C in the bass, G with the sus, C in the bass, then the F in the bass, C in the bass, F in the bass, A in the bass. Okay, and then we go to the bit that we haven't really covered, but then that's when you can put in your dream sequence. Okay, so you can put that in there. Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. Hi, it's me again. So before we go on to the final live bit that was recorded live on Tuesday night with everybody, I would like to just talk about harp 4, letter D, because I got asked about the fingering for this and didn't have time to cover it. And so I just wanted to talk about that briefly. Now, letter D on the harp 4's part, if you are any level, you might still find this interesting if you've got the music on your computer to open it up and have a look at this. So this is one of those runs of notes, I hope you can see this on my screen, where there are loads of notes, they're semiquavers, and there are so many options for what sort of fingering you could use. And in fact, in my course, The Flourishing Harpist, I do a whole module with there's like 20 videos where I teach people to work out their own fingering. And really the biggest things is that you make your own choices based on, some good guidelines. But the most important thing is that you choose what you're going to do and then you stick to it. So you keep doing the same sort of placing each time so that it allows it to go into your muscle memory. If you don't decide on your fingering and use different fingering each time you play, then it just makes it much more challenging for your brain and your fingers and everything to get to grips with what you want your hands to be doing and what sort of notes you're going to get and the sound you're going to make and everything. So if I looked at this, I love shapes and I see things in chords. So personally, my preferred option would be to do a 1-5-8 at the bottom on the A, E, A, and then to place 4 fingers on. So now I've got B, C, E, A on the next one, which is that 9th chord pattern that I've talked about a few times. I'm happy to go over that again at some point. And then the other hand, it does the same thing. The left hand's now jumped up. And then I can stay on there. I can do the coming back down the hill again. Then it's the same shape coming down. So that was a 1-5-8 on an A. Then it's kind of a first inversion A chord with the 9th of the chord. So the B, C, E, A coming in. And then the left, can take over in the treble clef space and do the same shape. So it's B, C, E, A, G, and then come back down. And that final note, probably take it with finger 2 with the left. So that would be, you know, if I looked at this, I might do that. I might do this. I might think, do you know what? I find it a bit awkward having my left hand high. It arguably shouldn't be, but in general people find that it isn't quite so comfortable. So what you could do is you could reach your right hand down and do the right first. And do exactly the fingering I've just discussed, but do right, left, right, and then left, and then single note right. So you could just switch it down. So it's a case of, do you have your right hand stretching down lower than it might ordinarily, but we do this in harp playing all the time, or would you have your left hand coming up high like you don't ordinarily, but it does happen quite a lot in harp playing. So I give you those two options. Then you could do them in so many different ways. The other thing I always like to try and do is to have same patterns in each hand, because for my brain, and everyone's brain is different, I like to keep patterns the same, the shapes the same. So I think I've just worked this out, so if I can remember now, you could do the fifth in the left, so you could go A, E in the left with 3, 1 as the default fingering for a fifth, interval of a fifth. Then I thought it would be good to do, what did I think now? Yeah, just 3 fingers in the right. Is this, I'm just now looking and thinking I can't possibly be saying 4 fingers in the right again, okay, yeah. Okay, 4 fingers in the right again. So the notes being the A from the bass clef, the B, the C, so 3 notes in a row, and the thumb on the E. So you've just done the fifth, and then you can go 4, 3, 2, 1. But look, then you can put the left hand on the same 4 notes you are on in the right. So that was the A, the B, the C, and the E. So now your left can go. But you're leaving those very top notes that perhaps aren't so comfortable. If you're not used to it, do it with your left. So then your right hand can go 1, 2, 1, just on those top strings, and then you can come back down 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the same strings that you were on the way up. So let me say that one more time. Open fifth in the left, 3 and 1, 3, 1, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. Scale from the A with not playing the D. So the same in the right. Then that up and down the hill on the A, G, A, coming back down left, right. Does this give you more turns than the other version? No, it doesn't. I think that that's just as comfortable. So, and there are many other ways you could do this, okay? So I've just given you 3 suggestions there. If you find something that suits your hand, suits your ideas, then great. But what I would recommend is that you do not aim to do it with turns. You could, but it depends what sort of tempo you end up playing this piece at. You know, if you're doing it really slowly, you could do 4, 2, 1 in the left, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and take that with the left or turn with the right again. You could do that, but it's often people find that hard to do smoothly, so I would recommend not to do that unless you're going to play it really slowly. Okay, now the next bit is the same. It's the same pattern, so you'd use the same fingering. So whatever you choose to do in the first 2 bars of this section of D in harp 4, you would do it again. Same for number 30, and then this final one it does change here. So 4, 2, 1. If you're not on harp 4 and you're thinking when you're going to carry on, you can either skip forwards or I'm nearly done now. So okay, so with this bar 32 and 3, there are again loads of ways. I'm just going to give you the one that I find the most comfortable. You could do 3, 1 in the left, 3, 1, and then you can go 3, 2, 1 right, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 in the left. So those are the same chord shapes then in the right and left. One's G, B, G, C, D. And then you can swap up to the top and put the right hand on a G root position. I haven't got the top note on this harp. So you go da, 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 D, and then thumb, thumb, 2, 3, bring the 4th finger onto the A, then swap hands again, because then that's the same shape coming down in both hands. There are so many ways you could do that, but that's the way that I would prefer to do it personally. Then this one is very similar, or the same. Is it the same? I think it might be the same. That's the same as before, same shape. Okay, those are all the same. And then this final last chord here, coming up on bar 38. That's quite straightforward, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. And coming down the hill to finish off, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That was right hand, left hand, right hand left. Okay, brilliant. I'm going to pass you back to the live version of this session. So I know that I need to finish in a moment, but there are some exciting things I also wanted to share with you. So I know I haven't gone through that as slowly as I'd like to. I will wake that up to you somehow or other. Okay, so right, so we've done the unmuted improvisation, but we weren't unmuted. Okay, so the final thing I want to share with you is that for our Christmas collaboration video, if you've not been with us before and you've actually come to Facebook to see this after everything tonight, then wow, and brilliant, and thank you. It's great to have you here. And if you've kept coming, obviously amazing to see you're here as well. I'm sad I can't see your faces. We are going to do the which I was really going to finish tonight with, and I was really looking forward to that. But the other thing I wanted to show you was that we're also going to do the first Noel. Now, the first Noel splits people a bit because some people feel it's a little bit slow, but we're going to try and do it in a very cheerful way. But here's the other exciting thing that I love about this piece, okay? You are going to do it with a very famous set of chords underneath, okay? Anybody recognise that progression? Now, I can't see anyone typing in. I wonder if anybody recognised that progression. My harp's very loud, and I can't believe I'm about to sing on Facebook Live. But have a listen to this. It can go, the first Noel, the angels did say, was to certain poor shepherds in fields where they day. Da-da-dum, da-da-da-dum. Noel, 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 born is the King of Israel. I'm not a singer, as you can tell. Okay, so that gives you an idea of what can happen. So we get this chord. The chord progression of, you might recognise it from and if you still don't recognise it, then the canon, okay? We're going to be doing it in C, so it's accessible for all harpists, because I want everyone to be able to play this with us. But we will be doing it then, so what will happen is you will submit the bells at whatever level you can play them at. So whatever level's good for you is fine. And then you can submit da da dum 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 ba da 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 dum, or you can submit depending on your level, or if you want to do it hands together, even better. Well, not even better, but then you can do that to satisfy your advanced needs. Then we will do the first Noel where you can submit either C, just single notes, da dee da 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 da, really slowly, or you can do fancy. And then I will give you a version of the first Noel, which I haven't even thought about yet. Something will happen. It won't be like that. Anyway, but you get the idea. So you will be able to submit single notes if you need to, half melodies if you need to, and you will be able to, I will give you some tinkly, fancy pants, descant stuff that you can do if you are an advanced player. So that will be our Christmas one. Next month, I'll get there in the end, next month in October, when we next meet, which is the first Tuesday in October, We will cover a new tune, and I will have locked Zoom down so that no one can get in. Well, hopefully I will do a personal password, rather than the same one every time. It's my fault. I've put it up publicly on my website for the first time. I did it yesterday, and so that's why this has happened, I'm sure. So there we are. That concludes tonight, and I know I've now rushed through everything, but isn't it exciting that you can use these canon chords underneath? So even those you start Harp level 1 students should be going, yes, I already can do that, which is so exciting, isn't it? So you can really, I think this will be very accessible to everyone. What I would like to say is I would love us to like be even bigger for this Christmas one. I'd love it just to be such a celebration of the harp and a gift for you to give to your friends and family. If there are anybody, in October and in December, in October and November, I will teach you elements of it, but then there will also be, I will give a training video out specifically for this video. So I will invite, other people to join if they want to as well. You don't necessarily have to come to the ensemble, although of course I would love you to. We will do a new tune every time we meet. And I will make it. I will reflect on today. It was really because of the way that tonight ended up being. I haven't managed to teach it the way I would have done, but I will. It will be different next time anyway to make sure that this is accessible for everyone. You will get the music hopefully a day earlier next time, so you can download it. And now I was going to say, if anybody wanted a Q&A, but I will bring this to an end so that those of you that want to go can. But I've had a lot of questions about my courses because I have 4 12-week courses, beginning on the 28th of September, and then I have a 6-week course beginning in October. And so I will stay on, see if I can work out the Facebook Live questions and see if I can answer any of those now. But that will conclude tonight's Dynamic Harp. So I'd just like to reiterate, it's a joy working with you guys. I feel like, the lockdown experience with you all was, really special to spend every Tuesday with you. I'd love to carry it on. It's just a huge amount of energy, as I'm sure you can tell. And so for now, I'm doing it once a month. But if we all end up very much in deepest, darkest lockdown again, then I will do something more to support you if I can, because I don't know. I know that for some of you and for me as well, it was a big part of kind of getting by. So that's just so you know that's what's in the back of my mind. If we need to, we'll up the way I deliver this again if we need to. But for now, it will be a new tune every time we meet. You should get a couple of days beforehand, and it will also. There will be a solo version. If you love the piece, you can get hold of a solo copy, which I will put up on my website as a paid download for the solo version. Or you can become a patron in Patreon, and you will get a piece once a month, which you can have as a download. And you can get the score for this as well. So if you would like to go now, please do. But then I'm going to just go through some of these questions that have come in about my courses. So thank you very much for watching the replay. Thank you so much for being a patron. I hope you've enjoyed this month. And if you are going to continue to be a patron, that's amazing. If you're waiting for your gifts in the post, they really are coming now. They're all packed up. It took me a lot longer than expected. I'm thrilled with the take up. It just took me a bit longer to sort everything out, and I feel I'm now in the flow of things with Patreon, so I look forward to our next month and hopefully things becoming more familiar to everyone and it getting easier. The next thing that you're going to hear on this video is I talked about live about my courses that are about to start running. If you are watching this replay before the 28th of September 2020, on the 28th of September 2020 I have a lot of courses starting up online, so you can stop watching now or you can watch that if you're interested. Okay, thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye. Tonight, as I'm on Facebook Live anyway, so then this will be useful. So I'm just looking through to see if there are any new questions that have come through. I can only see yes, I can see and hear you. So can somebody just type me something and see if it pops in, like hi, or I have a question, or anything. I can see that would love to thank everyone, but I can't. But I can say thank you to Anna and Iris and Samantha and Janine and Carol and Jackie and Jill and Helen and Beth and Emily, who's gone, I know, Yvonne and Patty and Jilly and Lisa and Mary and Betsy and Caroline. I mentioned these names again. Sharon and Mary and Francis and Pat and Mike and Rosie and Tammy and Stephen and Yana and Nikki and Sue and Cheryl and Brenda. Is there anyone else here? I'm sure there are many more of you. I can't see everyone's names, but thank you very much. And good night. I would love to finish on something more lively, but I can't tonight. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for joining me tonight. We'll be back in Zoom next time. I'm not seeing any questions coming in. So for those of you who are still here, this is what I'm just gonna answer the questions I know that came in. So I run online courses, if you didn't already know, and there are some online course converts here I know who've already done them with me, so thank you very much. It's always a pleasure working with you guys. So there are 4 levels really of 12-week courses that I run. I run a Start Harp level 1, which is for complete novices, somebody who's never touched the harp, but it also caters to anybody who feels that they might have gaps in, for instance, people who've learned to play by ear but have never learned to read music. It caters for you. It caters for people who read music a little bit, but they're a bit rusty on their technique. It's a really good foundation course. It teaches you improvising from scratch. It teaches you playing by ear from scratch. I offer extension ideas all the way through Start Harp level 1, so that if you are a more advanced player coming to level 1, it hopefully doesn't feel frustrating. If I tell you that I've had people come in and do 3 and then 2 and then 1, then hopefully you will see that, whilst they are beginner courses, it is aimed at beginners, it's not really beginner. So that's level 1. So lots of people come and do level 1 and 2 at the same time. People who want the technique foundation, they take it from level 1 and then they take level 2, because in level 2 it's like a repertoire builder. So we do a piece every week. So you learn 10 new pieces in the week in the course. I say you learn them. You learn all the information around them, but we also explore modes, and we explore what else do we explore? Loads of things. We go over lots of technique. I go deeper into certain techniques. I'm trying to think which techniques I do. I should open up the classroom, but because I can't screen share, I'm not going to go that far. There is a thing on my website, a link to a video where I go into these deeper if you're interested in that. But lots of people come in at level 2 and do level 2 and 1, so they get the root for the level foundation stuff, and then they also get the expanding forwards ideas. Then there's level 3, where we go around the circle of fifths. The circle of fifths is a magical beast, and the circle of fifths you can use for so many things. You can use it for modulating, you can use it to understand different keys, you can use it for understanding relative majors and relative minors, you can use it for working with jazz stuff, you can use it for so many useful things. So we go around, on the lever harp, and the pedal harp, I literally have pictures of pedals and levers. We go through half the keys. We go halfway around the circle, and then there's a video where I actually talk you through the rest of the circle. But we basically do a piece each week in a different key around the circle. I teach you how to join them up, so I teach you the modulation that you can use to join the pieces together as well. We go deeper into certain techniques, like we do thumb slides, fourth finger slides, harmonics, rolled chords. We do sort of just deeper into technique. And then we also talk about, I do this spotlight on thing where I talk about things like looking after yourself, your body, performance, things that can help you when you're performing, all that kind of stuff. So there's all the breakdown on my website. The 4th level, which is not called Start Harp level 4, because I realised I should never have called these courses Start Harp, because by the end of Start Harp 3, you could I've had somebody take grade 3 straight after it, having never done anything else, but you are a grade 3/4 level, but you are it's so much more than that, because you are so rounded, because you've learned to improvise, you've learned to play by ear, you've learned to read music. It's just this holistic approach to learning music that I've been seeking for the rest of my life, having gone through a very classical and reading route. I've been seeking the rest ever since. So it's kind of, the idea is that it gives you everything. So it's so much more than that level 3. So I didn't call it level 3 because this level 4, it's called the Flourishing Harpist, because the Flourishing Harpist is all the things I wish I'd known without having to find out the hard way. And it's all the things that people find as pinch points in their playing. So we go over things like, lots of adult learners come up to me and say, they get frustrated trying to work out their own fingering in a piece, or they find that they'd like to play fast with more fluidity, or that they would like to know how to prepare for rehearsals, and we do all sorts of things like that. And we just trying to think what else we do. There's so much stuff we do. I teach you I teach you about extended techniques as well. I teach you how to work with a metronome effectively is probably a better word. I teach you how to I called it the art of breaking it down. So I teach you how to make anything simple. So it's this idea that it doesn't matter how complicated a piece of music is, if you approach it in tiny snippets, a little snippet at a time, then you will find a way to be able to play it, because you might have to learn like one bar at a time and one bar a month, but you will get there in the end if you're really determined. But this idea of simplify and slow means fast. There's a module on that. Flourishing Harpist, I'm so proud of all the courses, and I look back at the depth of work that's gone into all of them. Every time I've done a course, I've been like, I can't do this ever again. It like breaks me every time, but it's so worth it because it creates this library of ideas for people that seems to really work, and and I'm always astonishingly proud of the students. You've all, if any of you are still watching right now, you work wonders. Like, I could never teach you, none of us could ever teach the way that I'm teaching you through these courses in one-to-one lessons. It's like all the stuff that I used to feel frustrated I couldn't give my students, because in a 1 hour lesson once a week, even if someone's getting that much lessons once a week, if they're 1 hour one-to-one, there's still only so much you can do, and then people forget in between. Whereas with these courses, I have practice videos, so that once you've been through all the learning videos and you've got all the downloads and all the sheet music, you then get to work with a practice video as well, which I try to keep to about 20 minutes. So the idea is you can go in, you can drop in and do 1 or 2 20-minute practices for the rest of the week once you've got through the main content. And it just means, you're playing with me, so it's like playing with a metronome. You're doing this all-rounded approach. You're not forgetting things. I give you reminders, and I don't know. I just feel very, I don't know, emotional about it, actually, because it's something I'm very proud of, for the people, for the work you've managed to do, and the success that you get with it all. Finally, I also offer immersions. So once a month. It used to be more like once every 2 months and a little bit ad hoc, but I've made it much more rigorous now. More rigorous, that's not quite the right word. Much more regular, that's the word. Regular, for because I've now got a Patreon account, so I can talk a little bit about that in a moment too. But the immersions happen once a month, and there's a focus piece, and then there's a focus technique or thing. So like the one we've done this month was called Power Up Your Left Hand. So it was ways you can work on your left hand technique and kind of develop that. I've done ones where it's been well, the ones moving forwards, I think we're going to do like working on 3 against 2 patterns, which is, it's slightly more complicated, but they do sound beautiful. So we're going to work on that. I'm going to do some Christmas tunes as well, and we're going to just trying to think what other things. I usually do a focus piece and a focus technique. I'm having a bit of a mental block on all of them. If you go to my website, you can see them, but they're once a month, and you can buy those one off. Patreon wise, if you haven't heard about the Patreon account, if you are doing the Dynamic Harps Ensemble and you've been with me for a while and you haven't just experienced tonight's crazy night, then you want to support me and you're in a position to support me, then you can join Patreon, and just there's a 4 tiers. So you can join for, like, I think it's £2.50 plus VAT a month. So you can, if you do that, you just pay to sort of, you get discount codes though. So like, I've just put a £60 off voucher in for all my 12-week courses. So if you are thinking of doing a 12-week course, you can join Patreon for £2.50, get the £60 discount code, join my course, and then cancel your Patreon account like the week later. I mean, obviously, I'd rather you stay to Patreon for longer, but you don't have to. I shouldn't really tell you that. It's obvious loophole though. But so anyway, so I put discount codes in there because I'm trying to do lots of nice things for patrons. And then for £5 plus VAT, I think it is, a month, you get a solo piece of music once a month. Then there's a tier where you get a replay of the ensemble that you can have forever. You get certainly for like 2 or 3 months afterwards. I probably will keep them there forever, to be honest, for as long as you subscribe. Q&A session once a month where we meet up and you can ask any questions about anything you want to. And we have a kind of social with that. We started that a few weeks back, and it was really nice. So I'm really looking forward to that moving forwards. And then tier 4, you get the immersions for included in your price as well. So with the immersions, you can buy them one off, or you can have one once a month included in your Patreon. It's cheaper than doing one at a time, but obviously if you do one at a time, if you don't like the topic for one of them, then you can, you would pay less by not doing it. So, that's just up to you to make your mind up on. Then there's the pop course, the 6-week pop course, Pop with Pizzazz, which I'm going to be doing in October. This is going to be a brand new written course. So this, excuse me, is a 6-week course with 6 live sessions, and then a lot of recorded materials I'll be doing as we go, actually. And I will also teach, I will teach looping in general as an idea, but for those of you who want to use a looper app and an acoustic harp, I will show you how you can download an app and use an acoustic harp. Those of you using pedals, we can work with electrics and pedals. So I will do foundations on electric stuff. I will do foundations on looping as kind of a side thing. And then I will teach you to arrange pop, and I will also teach you to to write pop, because you're going to get these sets of flashcards. I did a thing called Jigsaw and Flourishing Harpist, which was where you could put all the cards together. But in the pop course, you the idea is the cards can be used to practice the common chord progressions that you get in pop, and then you can also use them, of course, to write then your own piece of music over these chord progressions. We'll look at the way that pop's broken down into like riffs and different sections and melody line, bass line, accompaniment. We'll look at all the different techniques you can that will sort of colour and add edge to your playing, so that we can play pop tunes so that they sound all silky smooth and beautiful and harpy lullaby, and that's fine and beautiful, but sometimes you want to pop with pizzazz and you want to actually really kind of make it kind of a pop. So I will show you that in the course. That's my biggest kind of aim, I suppose. And with that, all I would say as well, if you are not interested in pop music, all these skills are transferable. Everything we do, I sometimes think I'm very genre-less, I think, with my playing and my love of music. One day you'll catch me playing some Debussy, the next minute you'll catch me playing Bruno Mars, the next day you'll catch me playing a Welsh lullaby, the next time, you'll catch me playing some weird 20th century hit the harp thing. I feel I'm quite genre-less, but I really feel music is music. It's made up with chord progressions, it's made up with melody lines, it's made up with accompaniment lines, it's made up with colours and textures and tones and different timbre, timbre, different textures and different colours and emotions. Most of all, it's made up of emotions. And so the pop course, I know I'm going to put people off by being called pop. I'm doing it because I know loads of people want me to do this course, but what I'm trying to say is that if you just want to come and do a 6-week course with me and you've done all my other courses, then the skills will be transferable. I'm convinced of it. And as you know, I'm not, I am trying to make a living, but I will always refund people if they're not satisfied, and I will always change people's courses if you feel you've gone to one level, it's the wrong level, or if sometimes people get poorly in the middle of a course, particularly at the moment, and then I just say, okay, well, you go into next terms then, I'll take you out for this term, put you in next term. So whilst I am obviously trying to make a living, and I've lost all my music playing living, the important thing for me teaching has always been and will always be that I am trying to serve you. I'm trying to help you move forwards in whatever way you need to. And so if it feels wrong and we don't fit, then that's fine. I just I will refund you. So there. I don't know whether any questions came in about my courses, and I'm sure that I'm going to come off this and find there's loads of questions, but I really can't see anything. And I don't know whether there's any way of me going back in and finding 129 comments. Blimey. Love the power. Okay, I can now see some questions. No, I don't think any questions are coming about the course, but I can see a lot of comments. Okay, there we are. Thank you, the 30 of you that stayed with me. I feel like very privileged that you have all stayed with me. Thank you very much. Oh, and one last thing. If you want to do the pop course, so there's £60 off the 12-week courses in Patreon, and there's £20, I think it's only £20 off the pop course, because the pop course is heavily discounted because it's the beta run. That means that there will be loads of mistakes. I promise you that. I will have to fix things like typos, videos that go up and don't upload properly, and I have to re-upload them, or a delay, like I'll say something's coming up on a Monday and it will come up with Tuesday. So that's why you get a beta rate, a beta discount. Anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you now. Thank you very much, everyone, for another very special evening. I'm very sad I can't see your faces, but I'm sure you are all, I hope you're all feeling happy, and I hope you all enjoyed tonight. And one final word on those sad, poor people that sabotaged a little bit our Zoom meeting. I just remind myself every time somebody's does something that makes me feel icky or unhappy or hurtful or anything like that, I always just try and remind myself that actually it's because there's something they are hurting. Okay, that's not really, so those people, I know they did that to us tonight, but can you imagine, we've just come together to make beautiful music and to collaborate and support each other, be there for each other, enjoy spending our time together, and that group of people, it makes me really tearful, have their collaboration has been to come in and to say swear words and do silly things and make rude noises, and that means that they're really unhappy, and so that's a shame. So let's remember how amazing what we have is. We have this incredible instrument. We are extremely privileged. We have the joy of music. We have the joy of sharing it. We have each other. We have this wonderful, wonderful time we can spend together, whatever else life throws at us, where we can just sit down, play our harps, and let's keep that in our heart and soul. So thank you very much, everyone. Much love to you all, and I will see you again. Bye bye.